Hello, I'm Nari McDiarmid for miningnews.net, and I'd like to welcome Trevor Dixon, Managing Director of Mount Malcolm Mines. Now, Mount Malcolm achieved a pretty significant milestone earlier this year with some significant revenue coming in from a bulk sampling program. But before we get to that, Trevor, what's the key message you'd like investors attending Mining News Select to understand about Mount Malcolm Mines?
Thanks, Nari, and thanks for the welcome there. Look, I think the key point for Mount Malcolm is certainly our low market cap. We provide a wonderful entry point for investors into our business, a business that resides predominantly in the Leonora-Laverton region in Western Australia. And this is an area, as most of us would know, well renowned for its multi-million ounce gold deposits. So a great place to be for our business. Look, I think a point that investors need to focus on with Mount Malcolm is certainly the board and management experience there. We have experience across all aspects of the mining and exploration space, and it's those in-house skills that really provide the certainty and that exploration focus for our business.
Now, Trevor, I did refer earlier to the success that you've had with the gold bulk sampling program. So let's take a look at your flagship project, Malcolm, now. How do you explain the highlights of this particular project?
Thanks, Nari. Well, yes, certainly it's all about location. And the Malcolm project sits in the Greenstone Belt there, and importantly along the major Keith-Kilkenny tectonic lineament, which is a well-developed shear system that we sit upon. And of course, it's home to the Malcolm Mining Centre, a historic producer, some 50-odd thousand ounces coming from the Malcolm Mining Centre at the turn of the last century, with about an average grade of 20 plus grams per tonne. So a really, really solid district there at Malcolm, and a small township there was ensured during that period. Now, our Malcolm project has two really lead prospects in our Calypso and Golden Crown. Calypso, the first of which we have an exploration target of some 175 to 225,000 ounces in that JORC compliant target statement. Calypso has a large geophysical signature of some 2 kilometres in diameter, with mineralisation currently defined there down to some 350 metres below surface. On the other hand, Golden Crown is a high-grade target of some 100 to 150,000 ounces, with an impressive 10 to 15 gram range for that exploration target. Our recent bulk sampling at Golden Crown returned some 300 ounces of gold from a shallow excavation just 15 metres in depth. It was a wonderful achievement for us. It's really given us a real good feel, and it reinforces that exploration target, the high-grade nature, and we certainly think there'll be a lot more ounces to come out of Golden Crown.
Well, you've mentioned the exploration targets, Trevor, so obviously there's some drilling happening and planned. So what sort of news flow can investors expect to keep an eye out for in the coming months?
Yes, quite a bit of news flow coming up, Nari. We have Golden Crown. We just recently completed some 800 metres of drilling, RC drilling there at Golden Crown. We're expecting those results by the end of June. Whereas we've got a 1,800 metre program planned for Dumbarton. We've commenced that at the moment, but we don't expect to see those results until July. But yeah, certainly news flow coming forward, and this will also culminate as well with our release of the findings from the bulk sampling exercise at Golden Crown. We're just looking at that coming together. We'll be highlighting in that review the geotechnical parameters, the ore style geometry there, and of course the processing that we conducted. So parameters around processing, parameters around mining methodologies and the like. So yeah, looking to bring that out to the market as we move forward. So news flow looking quite strong in the near term.
So there's quite a lot to look out for, Trevor, but longer term, what do you see success looking like for Mount Malcolm Mines?
No, it was a wonderful success to have our first positive cash flow quarter in March. That's something that we certainly aspire to repeat for the business. And that's what we're doing there at Golden Crown. We're certainly looking at a de-risking exercise um, with respect to all the work that we've done there. It's all about the prudent use of our exploration dollars, and as we head forward to development, that's what we're looking for the business is to develop those resource base, and that's certainly going to help our shareholders. We're looking at some uplift in the share price when we put those ounces on the bottom line. But importantly, to grow the business, we'll look to build that resource base, take it forward into a feasibility study, and that will be the basis for which we then push forward into a mining scenario, and that'll be how well our success will really be judged on how well we manage that movement from an exploration business into a mining business. Yes, it's the longer term, but we certainly have that goal, and we have some passion around how we're going to deliver that.
Well, Trevor, it's great to speak with you today. Thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you at Mining News Select.
Terrific. Thanks ever so much.